All right, everybody, and welcome once again to the Appalachian Brewing Company podcast, coming to you with a special edition here today. We have a special guest with us. It's Mike Parker, Artie, Tafoya, and we're being hosted by one of the central Pennsylvania legendary establishments over here on the West Shore, the Sierra Madre. Everybody, thanks for hosting us here today. But the reason we are gathered here is because, Artie, we have a guest. He is introduction not really needed here. He's a Penn State legend. He is the original mayor of Stick City.
That's right.
He's a Pro Bowler. He's a college football Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he is.
And now he is establishing his dominance in the world of craft beer. Ladies and gentlemen, we have LaVar Arrington with us here today.
All right. Woo!
All right.
Woohoo! That was all me cheering.
Yeah. LaVar, I worked really hard on that intro in the car here about
did
the way
really
over.
well.
Thank you.
Knocked it out of the park. I approve. I appreciate it.
Very good. Okay. So Artie, Tafoya, and LaVar have been traversing the area here today because you guys have a beautiful new can of beer that you are promoting, and it's a partnership between Appalachian Brewing Company and LaVar Arrington. And it's all over the place. It's taken off right ahead of the Penn State Nittany Lion football opener here this weekend. Tell me about it. LaVar, will start with you. Artie, then you just tell me all about how this got started.
You got it.
Well, I mean, quite frankly, it's like when really, really good people come together, really good things can possibly happen. And then sometimes really good things do happen. And, I have a great friend in Angelo who runs Zembies downtown Harrisburg.
Great bar.
We had conversations, a lot of conversations. Next thing you know, one thing leads to another, and I'm having conversations with Appalachian Brewing. Artie and Co., Henry, those guys, they've all been amazing people, super proactive, and made this not only a feasible project, but also made it a super fun project. It's been really, really cool learning about how it all works. They took us on a tour. Just been so many things that Appalachian has proactively done in this venture to make it what I believe to be an impactful deal. So super excited about it, and just like how I played the game, I go face first into the fan, and we wanted to deliver. I'm a big citrus guy.
Yes.
We'll probably maybe expand from where we're at, but I got to be honest with you. I love shock tops. I love blue moons. I just always felt like maybe they were a little bit heavier, and we wanted to come out with a product that captured that citrusy feel, but just wasn't as heavy and had an amazing finish, and how it tastes. The aftertaste is pretty phenomenal. So I'm excited about it. It's been exciting to see people's reactions to sampling and trying it. And I'll tell you what, a cold Stick City citrus wheat ale is it's capturing that experience.
Well, we've talked about it, but this is a beer podcast. Today it's somewhat of a football podcast.
All right.
But guys.
All right, let's
cheers.
do it.
Cheers. Here it is, guys.
Cheers.
Artie, tell us what we're drinking here.
So we got just a really nice light wheat ale. Like LaVar said, it's super crisp. It finishes with that nice citrus note to it at the end.
Delicious.
And it's not overwhelming. It's nice. I think when you're sitting on the sunny side of the stadium, and you're thinking, God, I gotta have something to drink, this is gonna be the perfect thing, I think, for you. Yeah, and
this
we're really excited about it as well. Looking forward to working with LaVar and this product, and we got it going in Beaver Stadium.
Going in Beaver.
Yeah, going in the Beaver.
That's big.
It's
That's
in
big.
Beaver, not going.
Yeah, that's right.
It's there. It's already there, so that's pretty exciting.
Beautiful. All right, guys, if you're looking for the new beer that's the collaboration, the invention of Appalachian Brewing Company with the partnership with LaVar Arrington, it's called Stick City, Citrus Wheat Ale. And as they say, Stick City.
It's a place.
It's a place.
That's right.
It is.
It's a place.
So that's it. So Stick City, I mean, there's a lot of Penn State tradition, obviously. But for those who follow the whole linebacker U history, I mean, there was a time back in the early 2000s where you were it. Number 11 became something that's now carried on through, several amazing historic Penn State players, including one who's in the news right now, by the way, right?
But same name as me.
But go ahead and tell us about how that. What does that mean to you? What does Stick City mean to you?
Yeah, so, I mean, to those who want to understand what Sticks represents to begin with, it's 11. I wore 11 when I was in college, and I represented our community and our team as best I could. And when I went to the pros, people may not realize that. Thank you so much. People may not realize I wore 56 because 5 plus 6 equals 11. and so you couldn't wear 11. You couldn't wear the number you wanted to wear back then.
Right.
So I tried to be creative and wearing a number that still equaled 11. So anyway, 11 was the number, and Penn State 11, it was like a thing, but then nobody wore it. Navarro Bowman comes around. We had a great rapport, great relationship. One thing leads to another. We had the conversations like, you should wear 11. And then that's how it all started. I think the rest from there is history. Brandon Bell Ward was a phenomenal football player for us. We won a Big Ten with Trace McSorley and all those guys,
Yep.
Saquon Barkley.
And he's back.
And he's back.
Yeah.
Then came the one that everybody probably knows, Micah Parsons. He donned the 11 and still wears the 11s in the pros. Just did a super big deal with Green Bay, and then Abdul Carter, the latest,
Absolutely.
To go to the pros and wear it. And he was number 3 overall pick, so the bar is raising. Micah didn't break the top 10. Abdul broke the top 10, so now my son, LaVar II, is there. He's wearing 11. He's a freshman, and we'll see what happens there. But ultimately, it's just a legacy, and it's a mindset. And when you say Stick City is a place, it's anything that represents the brand. Is something that encompasses an experience of really what greatness represents in my estimation.
I love it. Well, listen, so you're talking to a couple of Penn State fans here. Artie has spent some money at Penn State. His daughter was there. And so one time I show up at the brewery, and Artie's got this, I don't want to call it a jalopy, because it's better than that.
Okay.
But he found a secondhand, like Chevy van,
Okay.
like built-in camper type deal.
Okay, that seems cool.
Yeah, it was
That
cool.
seems cool.
And I'm like, what are you doing, man? And all of a sudden I notice he's got the navy blue and the white, and he's fixing it. I'm like, this is becoming a tailgate machine.
That's right.
So,
Man, it was the tailgate machine, and we named it Old Joe. Right? That was the name of it. They can take down the statue, but they can't take down Old Joe, man. That's what I say.
that's cool.
Love that.
Well, so perfectly matched with a canned beer, perfect for tailgating. Is that what you envision? You envision the brand, being embraced by the Nittany Lion faithful and up around, not just in the stadium, but outside the stadium.
I'd like to believe that the reason why this is even doable is because of the experiences. And there are certain things that make you remember the experiences that you have. And one of those things is, generally speaking, what you drink.
Yeah.
And that plays a part of it. Tailgates are a tremendously large part of what takes place at football games. And it was something that became a large conversation. There were so many things that, I was a part of, and I like beer. I like Long Island's, and I like beers. And I like citrusy beers, and I like light beers. And so, I had the conversation with Angelo. He started selling a Long Island called the LaVar Island. And so it was just every single time I had my greatest experiences, it's always been having a pop, having a drink, and sharing it with people that are like-minded, like talking about sports, talking about the game. And I just thought to myself, like, why not have that where
Right.
it embodies what I feel.
What you embody. You put your name on the can.
Absolutely.
Right? And say, this is. So here's what I'm first of all, delicious beer. You talked about it. You're talking. If you look at some like maybe mass-produced beers that some people are familiar with, that we can somewhat at least give you a comparison of what style this is like, right? LaVar mentioned like a Blue Moon. Okay, it's in that same style of a citrus wheat. But what I'm tasting is a little bit different because you mentioned it before. Those other beers, absolutely no shade on those beers at all. But this has more of as where that comes at you, Artie, almost a little bit heavier on the palate. What I'm getting is almost like the roof of my mouth citrus, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
super light,
as if someone
nice
just
and
put a
crisp.
fresh piece of lemon or orange in there. Is that what you're going
Yes,
for?
that's what you're going for.
Well, you nailed it then.
That's
So
what what we're going for.
Artie, how do you do that? How do you guys have been busy brewing this beer. What went into the the recipe of this that I'm actually picking up on?
Well, we certainly worked together with LaVar, and we tasted a few different batches, and LaVar would say, "Yeah, you're almost there. Keep working at it a little bit." But we got there, and with his input, and I think all in all, we ended up just nailing it with this nice wheat ale. Yeah,
I love it. Love it. Delicious.
I'm glad you do.
Okay, so what's the? We have another guest here at the table. Would you guys mind telling me who? I can't keep up with everybody.
Tell
here.
them who you are, Angelo.
Angelo Karagiannis from Zembies on 2nd Street in Harrisburg.
that's
Let me
right.
tell you, man.
That's right.
I want to thank you for at least probably helping my marriage along, because I used to spend a lot of time at Zembies with my wife, who became my wife, my fiance.
You're welcome.
So thank you. Great bar. Love going there. Love the old feel. Love those downtown Harrisburg bars. The heyday of 2nd Street. Man, I was right there. We're about the same age, I'd say. I'm 46. Okay,
Yeah,
I got to
same
put that
age.
out there.
Yeah.
So LaVar was just coming in, to the league when I was like starting my professional career too. So it's sort of a parallel. And I remember you coming over to Dickinson College when you guys did the summer camp over there. So running into you over there, it's pretty surreal. But Angelo, so I mean, Penn State season. I got to imagine people are coming into Zembies to watch a game.
Yeah, looking forward to a great season. Looking forward to promoting LaVar's beer. I walked in one day and he was there, and I said, "What are you drinking?" A Long Island, because it was on special. He goes, "I'm drinking a LaVar Island." And I said, "Oh, we got to make that the special." So we changed the name, put his picture up there, made it the special. And then he said a couple weeks later, "Don't you know anyone that can can this stuff?" And I started brainstorming, thinking, and then I brought Artie into the picture and
There's a
John Bunch
guy.
from Ace Distributor. I said, "This guy, we need to make him a drink, a sports drink." It came out to be a beer, great product, great beer. Everyone's going to enjoy it. It's got a signature on the can, and I'm just proud to be part of the whole project.
Very cool. So how do you envision this beer distributed, guys? Like are we going to be on tap in places, or are we going to stick strictly to cans?
We're on tap. We're already on tap
Great.
in multiple locations. I mean, I was just at the Penn Stater. I'm staying at the Penn Stater before the Penn State game, and they have it on tap.
Yep.
And so
Awesome.
Champs, they have it on tap. So we're selling cans and we're selling kegs, and it's been pretty successful so far.
And you
I
can
just
get it
got-
at the stadium, right?
Yes, you can.
Yep.
Cans
And
are
I
in the
just
stadium.
got notified that Champs just ordered their second keg, so they've already gone through it.
They're going
It's not
through it.
even game time yet.
No.
So
Once that
I
happens.
think it's gonna really do a great job.
All right, the can and everything is just when you're in competition with other craft beers, obviously the labeling, the can, the colors, the choices that you guys made, all that stuff matters because you got to stand out on the shelf, wherever you're at. Show me, first of all, let me go. I'll take my first little crack here at describing the can.
Okay.
All right. So what I see here, it says Stick City Citrus Wheat Ale. It's a place. We already covered that. All right. It's a 4.9% alcohol. That's perfect. That's right in the sweet spot of where you want to
That's
be.
right.
That means a couple of them's good,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's right.
Several. Excellent.
That's correct.
All right, and then the labeling here. Obviously, you've got this I see a familiar signature on there with the number 11. That would be you.
There you go.
All right, I'm hitting that one. And then in the middle, there's a football sort of shape with is that a stadium? Is that what are we going
So that
for?
is the Stick City logo.
Oh, okay.
And the logo is incorporated into what would be considered to be loosely based off of what a football would look like. And, well, if you're thinking about the college football playoff, it kind of puts your mind in the mindset of college football playoff championship trophy.
That's it, isn't it? It is
but
very
not,
true.
but very loosely
See,
based.
No.
So you can see the strings to the football going through the Stick City logo. So it kind of takes the Stick City logo and adds an extra element to it. But that is a football, and loosely, the gold of it and the shape of it resembles.
This is what's so great.
What college football. What football represents.
One time me and Artie designed a beer. It had a goat on a hang glider.
That sounds pretty cool to me.
This is kind of more subliminal than that, though. That was anyway.
That's a little in your face.
Yeah, this is awesome. All right, so now I'm seeing it.
Okay.
It took you to describe it, but it's the classic Nittany Lion blue and white, and then you have the gold football.
Has a gritty
shape.
feel to it.
Yeah,
the logo isn't just straight logo. It has a little bit of it's a little distressed, but it just shows what game day represents. What those moments, as I mentioned, you remember the sights, you remember the smell, you remember the taste of what game day feels like. And I feel like we've done an excellent job of capturing the essence of what that is in a can or in a keg.
Beautiful. Well, you guys have other stops and everything to make here today, I believe. I don't want to hold you up here on the podcast. This has been great. Thank you so much. We have a huge Penn State fan base already within the Appalachian Brewing Company community, the Zembies community, the Sierra Madre community, all of the central Pennsylvania, Harrisburg area flocks up to State College on the weekends. If you're trying to get through Dauphin or in that area by the Statue of Liberty on a Friday afternoon and you can't, Penn State must be at home this weekend if you forgot, right?
Locally, you can get it on tap at Zembies right now.
Okay.
How about
Many
it?
other locations next week.
Do we have, if we have, is there anyone else you guys want to bring in and chat with here right now?
I would love to bring in Leon Duncan.
Okay. Hey, okay.
Leon Duncan is a genius
Thanks, Angelo.
marketer, genius advertiser, just pretty much all things genius as it applies to branding and understanding how the business of it all works. So let's see if he can handle it. Let's see.
Leon, welcome to the podcast. Good. And just like we're doing here, you just want to hold it right up to your...
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hold it by the... There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Long-time listener, first-time participant.
Yeah.
So bear with me.
No, you're good. Thank you. So, what's your involvement in this new brand? It's the partnership between ABC and LaVar.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, I'm honored and privileged to be here. LaVar is a friend. I say that first and foremost. Mm-hmm. We've known each other for the better part of 20-plus years. I met him my first year coming to the Washington Redskins franchise in 2002 as the VP of broadcast sales in the sponsorship team. And LaVar came up to me in the break room one day, and we were kind of like taught to not fraternize with the players. They leave them alone. He comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm LaVar Arrington." And I looked at him and was like, "You're the face of the franchise. I know who you are." And then from there, it's like we just started talking, and the friendship budded, and we became very close. And he's just an honorable person, just a very simple person in a very good way.
No nonsense.
No nonsense. And, I'm glad to say that we're still friends to this day. We talked about business, partnering together from time to time. He left the franchise abruptly, and we weren't able to make that happen. I reached out to him on a random occasion. We're out celebrating another one of my friend's birthdays, my wife and I, and we were doing hookah. LaVar actually introduced me to hookah at a certain point along the journey, and it made me think of him. And I called him, and he was out hanging out, and he was like, "I can't believe you just called me." He said, "I got all this stuff going on right now, and I need some help to make it make sense, and you just called." And I was just calling to say hello because, we were friends like that. I called him when he got inducted to the Hall of Fame, the College Football Hall of Fame, because I saw him. I just, hit him up because it's just real, and he has real connections all over the place. And that's really, a good baseline, not just for doing business, but for life in general. You never know when you're going to need somebody and to lean on your network. I know you guys just talked to Angelo.
Yep.
Angelo's a product of his network.
Yeah.
And it's just a product of his kindness, right? And he earned a lifelong friend in Angelo, not knowing that Angelo could connect us to people that could brew beer and could be business partners. And
Right.
here we are today in Harrisburg pushing beer,
Yep.
right,
Yep.
with new partners that came not out of designs of like, oh, let's do business and make money, but like, let's just be good people. And so, yeah, that's how we're here. That's why we're here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of, are you a beer guy?
No,
No?
not at all. But I've drank probably 2 cases of Stick City Ale in the last, I don't know how long. I'm not a beer
Don't
guy.
say day.
I'm not. Look, I am a former athlete. Never got to where LaVar did, but I'm a competitor. So I'm not going to like not stand up to the challenge when offered. So beer's different with me. I do some of the hard stuff, but I love Stick City Ale. I'm not just saying it. Like, it's a very good taste, a good finish to it.
Yeah.
Our partners at Appalachian Brewery did a phenomenal job.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You can tell he's from below the Mason-Dixon line because it's Appalachian.
No, that-
Yeah, and then above
That's
it
right.
it's Appalachian.
I'm
So you
a
just-
country boy.
That's right. I love
well,
it.
it's
I love
football too, and like get a football fan who says Appalachian State, you're like they're like they don't know their stuff.
No.
Yeah,
It's
Mike, you remember when we did the beer? It was called Appalachian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so it was a collaboration with the brewery down south.
Okay.
And we called it Appalachian. It was a good
Love that
program.
concept.
That was a good concept. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Leon,
Appalachian.
it's been a true pleasure working with
Yes,
you.
sir.
And I want to give a shout out to Henry because
Yeah.
he really was your man.
Henry, where you at?
Yeah, where is he? I don't know where he is today, but we got to get him in here and get him hanging with us a little.
He's got to catch up on his chores. I
right.
called Henry on our way down, and he sounded really bummed out that he wasn't going to be able to join us. And it felt like that kind of the tenor of the call was like, I can't come out to play today.
Yeah,
and
it
I
did.
feel like
It did.
he might be doing chores at home.
All right. Hey, it's so great to meet you.
Yes, you as well.
Thank you for making the trip here around today. Thanks for building up our area here around Greater Harrisburg and spreading this joy, man, of this new beer.
Absolutely.
And all the way up to Happy Valley.
Thanks for having us.
Hey,
That's
you got it. Hey, I would be remiss, I guess, if I didn't just ask a couple of football questions because we have the opportunity, Artie. Sometimes we talk Penn State wrestling on this podcast just because I don't know if Artie told you, but sometimes does wrestling refereeing. Did you do
Nice.
any wrestling amateur?
I did not wrestle. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I actually just interviewed Kale Sanderson not too long ago
man.
for Roar Plus. Make sure you check out
man.
Roar Plus if you love
He's
things,
awesome.
all things student driven and athletics for Penn State. But love wrestling,
Yeah.
wrestling enthusiast.
Cool.
But did not get on the mat. That was not one of the sports.
Micah was a
I
big
did. Micah
wrestling
was a
fan.
big wrestler.
Yeah,
he
a
was.
wrestling fan, yeah.
Yes, he did very well.
I have a son right now who's on the freshman football team at his high school, and the coaches, all the football coaches always say wrestlers make good football players.
do.
And they do. They make great
do.
tacklers.
They
So,
understand leverage.
That's correct.
And so it just depends on what position you're playing. But like for a linebacker or maybe even a defensive lineman or even an offensive lineman, more so probably a defensive guy because it's more of a defensive martial arts type of feel. And so it's all about your leverage. It's all about your balance. It's all about being able to bend and torque and
use
do
someone's
things
momentum against them, right?
close to the ground.
Yeah.
And yes, knowing pressure points, leverage points. Those are all things that I trained and learned and executed on the field. I just never wrestled.
Oh, okay. Well,
It is a small regret.
Okay.
It is a small regret. And you know what's funny? If I'm being 100% honest, you don't want to always have like one of those like interviews where it's like he just says everything the right way. I'm gonna give you guys a real like honest. I struggle wanting to run track because of the outfits. I drew a line, not wrestling, because of the outfits.
because of the singlet. Yeah.
And that's the honest to God's truth. Maybe it was because I was maybe a little intimidated by other guys in their outfits. I don't know. But seeing the outfit and the thought process of I got to go out here and show this guy that I'm tougher than he is and I'm smarter and more strategically balanced than he is with this outfit on just kind of didn't at 16, 17, it didn't register that way.
Right.
I kind of shied away from the challenge.
It's a singlet, but it essentially is an adult onesie, right? So it's,
That's right.
and it's
an adult tight onesie.
very tight, yeah.
Not an average
Yeah.
size adult, because your weight
Yeah.
class would have
Right.
been heavyweight, right?
I would have
You'd been-
probably been a heavyweight.
These days, the ladies call that Spanx.
Yeah.
Or
there you go.
That's a brand. All right. Well, listen, Penn State got the opener this week. What do they got?
Nevada.
Right. There you get
The Wolf Pack.
Look at that. Appalachian, Nevada.
There you
Yep.
go.
No, okay.
How about
it's
it?
Nevada. So, this is going to be a breeze. But, let's be honest. I think we are so I'm expecting the win. I want to see, though, what they've got, right? This is a chance for people to actually, for the first time, I think you've got a certain freshman that you're going to be, watching throughout the season and seeing where they're at, but also other players who are now out there and seeing what we got in the arm. Drew Aller obviously made a decision to come back this year. I mean, this could be a very big year for that guy. What else do you foresee for Penn State?
Yeah, I mean, Drew Aller has put himself in position to possibly win a Heisman and to possibly be a number 1 overall draft pick in this upcoming draft, which would be amazing considering that the hype is maybe going towards, maybe Arch Manning at Texas, maybe some other places. But I think Drew Aller is a fine young man. I think he has matured and grown very well as a player. You mentioned freshman and obviously alluding to LaVar II, my younger son of 2 sons. He is there. He chose to be there. The cool thing about our deal is he made that decision. So he went through the recruiting process. He made the decision, and so what he has to understand is so we have this saying. Let me preface this by saying this. We're warriors. I raise warriors, okay? And we live in a time where maybe becoming a warrior again has become maybe more of a focus. All those things, whatever people, wherever they align, it is what they align. But I raise warriors in my home. So my son has a saying that we say. It's a warrior's creed. It's like Vikings before they go into the war, and it goes like this, right? It's lo there though I know my father, lo there do I know my mother, my brothers and my sisters too. Lo there do I see the line of my people back to the beginning. They do call me. They bid me take my place among them in the halls of Valhalla, where the brave shall live forever. That is the all-American hallway that my son walks down every single day that he's a Penn State football player. So the idea of it is not just for my son, even though he got that actually tattooed on his arm, and it's called he's woven by warriors. That's his saying, right? But that is actually the creed of us as Penn Staters, is that you got to show that grit, you got to show that heart, and you got to bring that intensity that can actually lead to you being on the wall that is the All-American Hall that is there in the Penn State Nittany Lion facility. So he has taken on that challenge. That's his journey. I will be there as his dad to support him, but he has to understand I am in the Hall of Valhalla. I do live amongst the brave forever. That's something that's ahead of him, and that's something that's ahead of everybody that's on this team. Every single one of those swinging souls has got to do something that may put them in the conversation of getting their picture in the hall. So this is a really, really gifted and talented team. I wouldn't be surprised if we had 3 or 4 All-Americans, first-team All-Americans off of this team, starting with Drew Aller. You got Katron Allen and Nick Singleton in the backfield. You got Nick Dawkins and company, Vega on the offensive line. You got Zane Durant and Sutton, Denai, those guys on the defensive front. You know, you got Tony Rojas. You got Zakie Wheatley in the defensive backfield. You got King Mack. There is so much talent and so much leadership and experience on this team. I'm just really excited to watch how this season unfolds because we were one game away from playing for a national title, and these guys are 1 year old. Like, they all decided to come back.
Yeah.
Like, we really only lost a few major pieces, Abdul Carter being a major piece. But we've got a lot of receiving talent in the portal. I just think the makeup of this team, the maturity and experience of Drew Aller, and this being Koldenicki's second year is going to be amazing, having the offense coordinator and Drew being on their second year together. First year with our defensive coordinator, but Jim Knowles is a defensive savant. And so looking at what he brings to the table, this defense will most certainly be very, very formidable as well. I mean, obviously he ran and operated the best defense, and they won a national title at Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Thanks for bringing that up before.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't like bringing it up either, but I'm glad we have him on our side
Yeah,
now.
no, exactly.
So there you go.
No, I like everything that you just said, and the one thing I liked about it, and I think we can agree, for those of us that are listening and are here at this table that are parents, there's a certain point when you got to look in your son's eyes, your daughter's eyes, and they're on that sports field, whatever they're playing on the court, on the field, and you got to say, listen, I will support you till the end of this life here, but you are at the wheel at this moment. And you got to drive your own path. You got to find your own way, and you got to dig deep, and you got to do what you do. You got to make your own mark. I've made mine, and I've maybe made some regrets and things. I share that with you now. You may not listen to me, but you got to drive. It's your turn.
There you
right?
go.
That's right.
Yeah. Well,
That's I give him a lot of credit because that's a legacy you're following, and
A heavy
hey,
one.
To
Very heavy,
step up and actually go, hey man, that says a lot about his
And
character.
came across the country. We live in California.
Yeah.
So he made the decision. There was some Oregon, UCLA, they were very, very heavy on him. Really, really wanted him to stay local. And it just, to him, the mission has always been the same to him, and that's to be a linebacker at Linebacker U.
Awesome.
And so it's been pretty humbling, to say the least.
Well, you set the bar high. You set the bar high.
I appreciate that.
Let's hope that he I know he's going to do great, and I just feel it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's 18 years old right now. Just turned 18 in May. So I look at it like this: he'll be 19 next year. We got 3 years. We got 3 years before he turns 21. Mm-hmm. So I'm just hoping that he grows, he matures, and he becomes that badass that his dad was in his own way. And then we'll have him holding the Stick City L can.
Nice.
There you go.
And celebrating.
And representing the Stick City L brand as an All-American or as a pro or whatever it may be, having taken the journey of transitioning from being a freshman to being hopefully a linebacker U great.
Does he have the LaVar leap? Can he get over the line?
I'll say this. I can probably name 3 dudes that I've seen during my entire time of playing ball and watching ball that did a leap. What I will say about him is I have never seen a player, not Ray Lewis, not Lawrence Taylor, not Mike Singletary. I've not seen a player close as quickly to the ball carrier as he does. Like, I've seen Sean Taylor might be the fastest I've seen somebody close from a center of the field to here or to there, point A to point B. His game speed, his closing speed is phenomenal. Right. So where I may have done things in smaller spaces, I think you'll see him do really. First of all, his football IQ is really high.
That's great. Yeah.
And then you take his football IQ with his ability. I don't I don't know where it comes from. I mean, I was a closer. I closed to the ball. I got to the ball. It could be. She played D1. His mom played D1 basketball. But his ability to close to the ball instead of getting pumped up like, oh my gosh, he jumped over the line, you're going to be like, did he just run? Like, did he just get to the ball carrier that quickly?
Yeah.
That's probably going to be his calling card, is
Beautiful.
how quickly he closes to the ball.
Oh, we need it, man. And that's something, hey, it's great to see what's coming right now, what we got, and it's great to see what we're going to have, right? That's what I like to hear.
Look,
Depth
the
everywhere.
future looks real bright for us right now. I think.
All right. Well, guys, let's wrap it up here, and I just want to say thank you, LaVar Arrington, Artie Tafoya. Thank you for joining us.
Leon Duncan.
Yes, Leon Duncan, who has been here and has been a longtime friend all the way back to your time with Washington, and just bringing it back here, and this new partnership is something to be excited about. Stick City Citrus Wheat Ale. You're going to look for it everywhere that you go, not only here in central Pennsylvania, Appalachian Brewing Company, but all of these places. Beaver Stadium, when you're up there tailgating, when you're inside the stadium watching the Nittany Lions go 12-0 this year, right? Yeah. Anyway, I just want to say thank you, guys, and it's customary because it's a beer podcast that we end it with a cheers.
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 And we'll see you next time on the Appalachian Brewing Company podcast.